everybody. My name is Everperson and today we're going to be doing a review, an anime review on Our Love Has Always Been 10 Centimeters Apart. Now, this was a romance anime that came out back in a few weeks ago, like a month ago, 2 months ago maybe, and it was a really enjoyable anime. And for the first episode, I really enjoyed the opening song, but at the same time, I didn't really remember it too much. The way that I've pretty much am doing this review is like point based. Like when you do like bullet points. I did like bullet points as I was watching it. I wrote down bullet points, so I'm just basically going to be talking about all that because I like barely remember anything like at all. So so pretty much I was just gonna say that I really liked the opening and ending, and I really liked how the moving simple designs like contrast the high volumes in the ending, and I also like how the ending contrasts the opening with lots of movement and lots of high like colors and stuff like that. And for a first episode, it was a perfect first episode because like you get introduced with you get all of the characters' introductions, you get good music, you get to see like what the story is about with like the guys, the main guys, like the main guy Haruki's like he's like in the film club in his high school, and then you have like the girl Miu who's in the art club, and then we also get to see all the love interests with like all of the two mains, and then we also get to see the love interest for the other characters. And to be honest, this review will probably be more positive in me explaining different and random plot points than negative ones. And I guess that's true with movies because usually you see the positive more than you would really notice the negative too much. And positives just like stay with you forever and stuff like that. So I was gonna say that the atmosphere with the main girl and her friends is a good contrast because all of the girls are a little bit different because like the main girl is and our friends really work together because they all enjoy art, but they all enjoy art in different ways, and you get to see that in this series, even though that it's only 6 episodes. And I really enjoy how the main character is like shy, but at the same time not really shy. I don't really know how to explain that, but I especially love the main guy Haruki with his film club and his cocky attitude, but he's still a little bit shy as well in this series because of the romance stuff. And the way that the romance works near the last minute of the first episode worked really well because I really like that I really like that anxious feeling that you would get when you know that two characters like each other but they don't do anything, but then they almost do something, and that's pretty cool to see. But I know that the plot makes it so that way they can't really confess to each other until the ending of the series. And after watching the opening the second time in episode two, it's quality visuals, and I really like the music and the way that the art works and the little bears that really works with the story. It's really cute. I also like how Haruki's goal is to be like his brother with the film club, and even when you like even the ending of the series is pretty cool to see and stuff like that. And I really like the dynamic between Miu and her friends. And it's sort of like how Miu is like a normal girl, and then we have Akari, which is the purple-haired girl, and she's popular. Like she has that popular like leader girl attitude, and then we also have like an airhead girl, which is Natsuki. And it also works well with the boys too, because the boy is like Haruki, which is confident boy, and then we have the calm bookworm romantic Sota, and then we have the arrogant leader calm Yu. I feel like it works, and I also like how the subplot is making it so that way Haruki's has like the last film that he's doing in film club because the series is also the characters are all in their last year of high school, so this is sort of like just because that other anime that came out this year, but that one is very polarizing apparently, from what I've noticed with other people and stuff like that. And I just want to say that at the end of the episode two, we got a fake out kiss where some like random ass pull happens with those freaking dogs, and the love doesn't go anywhere. I hated how that happened. That happened in another series that I'm forgetting, but a lot of people hate it when stuff like that happens, and I also hate it when that happens because it's like they're about to kiss, but then they don't, and then after that they do another 10 centimeters thing, and for some reason the 10 centimeters thing seems like sort of a joke, but at the same time it seems like a really cute thing. The ending of episode two was just like, holy shit, that makes total sense. Even though this anime is at episode two, I actually feel very invested in the story. When I got to episode two, I was already invested, and that's pretty like cool to feel like I know the characters, I know the setting, I know where the story's going. Like it just makes sense. Like sometimes they threw curveballs, but I would have never guessed that happened in the story with all the characters. I would say that the music works perfect in that scene at the end of episode 2 and the whole episode. And then I also really like the teacher character. I like the Saku character. He's a pretty cool character, and I thought that he would be a jerk, but he's actually pretty cool. He's honestly pretty clever too, just like Chisaki, Haruki's brother, thought he would be, and that was pretty cool too. And this this bullet point thing, I don't know if it's working, but just tell me, because I have no idea. This might be too long for a review because I'm just doing bullet points, because I don't really know what I don't remember, but I remember the main key parts. But to be honest, episode 3 was just brilliant executed for this type of romance series. Like Nisekoi is just like, bah, that shit's peasant material compared to this series. This series only has like 6 episodes. Nisekoi had two seasons, and like I guess it's because I didn't really like it that much because it's a harem series, even though it's not a harem series. But then the guy likes 2 girls, and at the same time, even though like he liked the first girl first, and then like the first, they both know that they like. Okay, I'm going off topic with that series. It's, a lot of people like it. I like Nisekoi too, but yeah. And I love the fact that blah blah blah. There was also one review that I saw on my anime list that said that the drama in the series was horrible, but I've seen horrible drama, and the drama in this might be like artificial, that has to do with the plot, but it works. It works for for these 6 episodes, and I know that it could have been built upon it if the series was longer, but what it did was pretty normal. Oh, here's something that I wrote in my notes. I said, as I'm reading these notes for this review, I've noticed that in these episodes and in the opening and ending, the characters almost look like they have a cell shaded effect. I don't know if you noticed that, like they're highlighted, sort of like how they are in the opening and ending. Like I don't know how to explain it. If you watch it, you might know what I'm talking about, but at the same time, you might need to go check to see that. It sort of like has this effect around the characters, or certain like parts that make it look like, honestly, it's a pretty good effect because they highlight that and stuff like that. And episode 4 was totally awesome as well because I knew that Haruki knew about his brother, and then I also love the psychological elements that happened, because it's really liberating to witness the psychological elements, because I really like Tokyo Ghoul and other animes that have like characters go through mental breakdowns, and I loved how Haruki went through that. And for episode 5, Miu's and Haruki's situation are almost borderline major depression and shock, which was pretty interesting to see in episode 5. It's definitely different for the first episode. It makes things like go through a loop with all the stuff that happened in like close to the ending, and it was pretty intense. And I love the direction that episode 5 went in. It wasn't too surprising based on what we got in the previous episode, but the ending was well worth it. But God, I hated the way Haruki acted when he finally talked with Mia, because they had a short break between episode 3 and episode 4. They never, like, the characters like would just like not see each other at all. But then I loved it because that's the way that the plot was going in, and the craziness that Haruki was showing was just pretty wild and amazing. And I enjoyed that scene in episode 5, and I also loved how Miu was trying to like save the situation as best as she could, and then she had to like go, like, not crazy, but had to like yell at him, even though that she's like a quiet person, which I can relate to. I'm like a quiet person, but usually there's times where you need to like use your voice to talk out and stuff like that. I also loved how the situation ended until the last minute, because it was really emotional after that heart wrenching scene with Haruki going insane, and Miu's picture that she was drawing for Haruki that was going to show love was actually pretty beautiful, and it made total sense, like with how like the characters went after that. And the aftermath of the whole situation, I loved it. The CD part from Haruki's like older brother was actually pretty decent as well. Like the last the it I don't the scenes work together, but it worked kind of okay. How long is this? 10 minutes. Well, it's not too long. And then my thoughts on episode 6, the final episode. Now, the ending was pretty decent and pretty good. The character arcs were pretty much dealt with, and they're back to where they started back in episode 1. Kind of. It's they're kind of back to where they started in episode 1, but just a little bit minor differences to the characters and stuff like that. But now they know that they love each other. or maybe they don't, because I got confused because I thought that they knew they loved each other, but then near the ending of the episode, they finally did a confession, which I got really confused with. But I wish that the series was longer because I wish that it made into 12 or 24 episodes so that way we could see the love blossom for the other two guys and two girls over a longer period of time because the opening implies that. And we see it quickly in the last minute of the episode, but we needed more like development for like everyone and stuff like that. But it's a pretty good 6 episode series, and then we leave with Haruki wanting to become a famous director, while Miu went from just wanting to have like a normal job and being a housewife to wanting to be an art teacher because of how much you see her love art in the series. That's pretty much what got her out of her depression a little bit, and same thing with Haruki. And the rest of the cast seemed pretty neat to see there as well and see their endings because it made total sense with how it would end up, and that end scene in my opinion with the kiss, it does cut away from the kiss, but that was a really like cute moment. That was a good way to end it, with knowing that they're sort of together but at the same time not together. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say for this review about what I liked and what I sort of didn't like for some things. Most of it was the stuff that I liked, and major plot points that I thought were interesting, cool, or amazing. Lots of amazings in this. And I just want to say that for me, I really enjoyed this anime. I to be honest, I really liked it. Like really, really liked it. And I would give it an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like for me. And it's an anime you could watch over and over, like you could like wait a couple months, watch it again, wait a couple months, watch again, or even yearly. Like that's what I would say for the anime Eureka 7 2. You could watch that series yearly, and yeah, that's my review for the anime Our Love Has Always Been Centimeters Apart. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment on what you think I should do better for reviews because I'm new to this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.